Hey, what's up? It's Brokers Talk, and this is the first video of my new playlist called Class in Session. Yes. Had a lot of people mentioning to me about, they love the content of real time brokerage. None of that. Hey, this is blah, blah, blah. You need help finding more carriers. You need help finding more customers. Blah, 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 blah. I'm actually showing you in real time what's going on. As a lot of you guys do know who've been following the channel, get to 100 subscribers by November. We just got to. If we don't get to 100 subscribers by November, I'm going to have to shut the whole channel down. Come on, let's get it to 100 by November. That's the least y'all can do for me. All right? That's 100 by November. But this is a new playlist. Hopefully you guys like it. It's called Class in Session. Basically, I'm gonna teach you some things that I learned that was very, very fundamental about my brokerage. And hopefully this is some stuff that hopefully you guys learned too. Let me say that too. And these are kind of some stuff that I was not taught in the courses that I had paid for. So hopefully this worked for you guys. So before we start, go ahead and like it, comment, and subscribe, because I want you guys, right? We're gonna let the people know. I want you guys to tell your mama, your daddy, your auntie, your uncle, your brother, your sister. Go ahead and wipe your nose if you want to. I'm not wiping my nose because class is in session. Let's get it. All right. So the first thing that I learned as a brokerage that was very fundamental for me, especially when it deals with the customer, not with the carrier, but with the customer, is cashing your money. Because at the end of the day, you have to pay the carrier, right? So there's a system that a lot of customers use with their brokers. Either you're going to get your payment through ACH, which is a money wiring from the customer to your bank account. That usually takes about, let's say if they do the ACH on the Friday, more likely you're not going to get your money till Monday, the next business day. So that gives you an idea. It usually takes a 1 day kind of business day transaction for you to get your money. Now, if you have a customer that provide express codes, what are express codes? Express code is basically a generated number, right? That you quoted or you gave an invoice for $1,500. Instead of you waiting for them to send you a check, you just take 30 days, or for you to receive a ACH wiring, you can get an express code. Express codes usually takes about 7 weeks, 7 days, depending on your customer. They can either give it to you the next day or they can give it to you in 7 days, right? Why does it take 7 days? Well, if you let your carrier know, hey, listen, we don't pay out until 15 days after you guys submit the invoice to us. And then we go around and submit our invoice to the customer. You see how that works out? So until the carrier gives you the BOL, that comes into a POD. The BOL is the bill of landing, right? That's what you get from the customer, the rate confirmation, the lane confirmation, and you give to the carrier. And then the carrier takes that as a BOL, go to the destination, they pick it up, and then go to the drop-off location, and that becomes a POD after they get a signature from the receivable warehouse, whatever you want to say, right? They sign it saying that they got the cargo, they got the shipment. Thank you. Have a great day. Then they'll go ahead and take a picture of it or scan it, preferably as a PDF file, and they give it to you, right? Now you take that paperwork, you fill out your invoice, you let the customer know, hey, listen, we need $1,500 because we did what you want us to do. And you give that to your customers. So if you have a customer that actually provide express codes, right? Or what they call it, a T-check, there's some things that there's two ways you can cash these T-check. What I had to learn the hard way was I actually Googled this, and I didn't see a lot about T-checks. I didn't see a lot of information that regards to T-checks. All I saw was that a lot of carriers use T-checks, and sometimes they'll get a T-check from their company for gas. You know what I mean? They'll get that extra $500 for that load as for gas. So they'll take that T-check and go to the nearest traveling station, right? And they'll cash that T-check with the diesel department of that gas station, and that gas station takes a percentage. So that's what I learned. So I went ahead and said, hey, we're gonna have to cash these T-checks at our local gas station. And we have Love's and Pilot. They're like the two biggest one in our area and perfectly the nation, right? So when we went to these Loves and Pilots, the first thing we learned that was you can't cash a $15,000 check at Loves and Pilot. In order to cash those checks at the same day, right, you have to break it down no more than $999, right? Or $900. So you have to tell your customer, hey, can you split the T-check where it's no more than 900? So the customer will give you probably 3 express codes, right? Or 4 express code, however they divided it. And then you have to take those numbers, right? You write down those numbers, your company name, got to give them your driver license at the gas station, and they'll be able to cash these checks. Now, another thing that we ran into was that us being a fresh face to these people that work at the gas station, sometimes they trust you, sometimes they don't. And a lot of times they'll cash 1 T-check, maybe they'll cash 2 T-check for you, and then tell you to come back within 24 hours or the next day to cash the rest. But that's too long of a gap because we're on a time schedule where we need to pay our customers and we need to pay our freight agents or so on, or pay ourselves. We got to keep this business running, right? So that's what I ran into. Was I went to the first gas station and the guy was kind of looking at me, and I had the big check. I had I had to cash like $3,000. So I had that divided, and I'm writing down the express codes, the amount, and all that good stuff. And they're cashing. Hey, I'll cash 2 of these because a lot of times they're skeptical. They don't know if you're doing illegal business, whatever. And by me doing that, I ran across another gas station. Right, I'll cash 2 over there, and I'll cash 2 at another gas station. And basically, what they want you to do is you cash 2 there, cash at another gas station, cash at another gas station, cash at another gas station. That's just too much, right? We're not trying to do all that. And found a gas station, met a lady. And that's another thing about being a freight broker. You got to be polite, put a smile on your face, and you got to talk to these people, communicate with these people so they can feel comfortable with you. So I found a lady that actually would cash all our checks. The most I ever cashed all at one time was like 7 checks, and it came up to like $7,000. You know what I mean? Well, let me lie. 7 checks that came out to like $4,000. And I was there every other week, every other day, cashing these checks. And what happened is that you'll start to rack up on these. These are receipts. These are facts. You know what I mean? These are no lie. And what I learned was that they take a percentage from your T-checks, right? You get a percentage from whenever you get a T-check or express code from your customer, they're going to take their percentage. It could be 5, 10%, whatever the case may be, right? Depending on how fast you want. You can get it in 7 days, you can get it in 14 days. You're not going to get a T-check in 30 days because they rather just sent you a check, right? And 30 days, you get your full profit. But depends on what terms you want, expressly or fast, they're going to take a percentage. And then when you go to these gas stations, they will take a percentage, right? They will take a percentage, and they're charging us for each check $25.18. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, right? Times that by $25. That's how much the gas station made. And I came to a point where I was like, there has to be a better way. Sorry, I keep bumping something. There has to be a better way to cash these T-checks. It's bad enough that I'm getting a percentage taken out of my total income or profits, and to me to go to a gas station and they take another profit out of your money too, right? So good thing my wife and I, we were going out to lunch with a friend of ours, and he used to be a banker, and he was asking me, was like, hey, well, how's the business going? Is everything going as well as you want? And I'm like, yeah, everything's great. It's just these T-checks, man. I'm trying to cash these T-checks, and you got to go to the gas station, da, da, da. He's like, oh, yeah, man, I remember we used to cash T-checks all the time at the banks. What? You know what I'm saying? Y'all, what? I can cash a T-check at the bank. I'm like, yo, I tried to call my bank and they act like they didn't know what the heck I was talking about. And he basically sparked a thought in my head, right? And that's another thing with the brokerage business. You learn as you go. You know, I mean, there's some stuff that you're going to learn that you was not taught. You're taught the general knowledge of a freight brokerage, you know, when it comes to negotiation and communication with your carriers and with your customers and blah, 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 blah. But they don't really tell you too much of the fundamental of how you get your money. So I did my research and I found out that you can actually order a checkbook, right? You can actually order you a checkbook, and then every time you get a T-check from your customer, you basically fill it out on your checkbook. You fill out your checkbook. You write in the proper spacing, what, like at the checkbook, like this one I'm gonna read to you guys right now. This checkbook, it says, pay the sum of an order, right? You are who's getting paid. So just your company name, the sum of the dollar amount, write it out, and the issuing company. And you write the express codes, right? The full 16 to 24 digit express code. And then it comes down to the part, the authorization code. Now, in order to get the authorization code, your banker, all right, you go to the bank, and the banker has to call the 800 number on your T-check, whatever the 800 number is, and they got to actually call the people themselves and get an express code authorization. And once they get that number, they put it on your T-check and they can cash it. Now, if you don't get that authorization code, this will happen. It happened to us. It happened to me. And I remember we're in a rush. We finally got the lick. We knew how to do it. And we went in front of a baker and he was like, yeah, I gotta do this all the time. And he started cashing them bad boys in. And I'm like, oh, don't you got a call? And he was like, no, I do this all the time. Well, 7 days later, guess what? Our check bounced and we got hit with a $10 fee for a bounce check. And there was 7 checks that went in. So we got hit for $70 and called them up, explained the situation. We were able to get that reverse. Took a long process, but we finally got that reverse. But this is the fastest and best way to cash your T-check is by calling up the company, ordering your T-checks. You can actually get it within a week, or you can get it within 7 to 14 days. Now, if you want to get express shipped to you the next day, it's going to cost, of course. But if you want to get it from 7 to 14 days, it's free. So if you want to cash your T-checks, if you have express codes that you're kind of don't know how to cash them, or the gas station are just taking too much money from you guys, then this is the best alternate route, is to actually get these T-checks books. You can actually get them. They send you a hand of them for free. I got 3 left. I got to order some new ones. A nice handful. And basically, this is this was one of the best learning experience that I encountered, and that was from dealing with someone that actually worked in the bank. It wasn't dealing with someone that was in the freight brokerage industry. It was actually someone that was actually someone that was working with the banks that did this before. So that's how you cash your T-checks. The fastest, efficient way. You cash your checks, your money's in your bank account. You can go ahead the same minute. Once you cash that check, boom, it's in your bank account. You can either ACH the amount to your carrier, or you can write a check out to them wherever you want to do it. So that's how you cash a T-check. That's how you avoid getting these crazy fees from these gas stations. And that's how you avoid from driving back and forth to different gas stations and burning up your gas, okay? So hopefully that was knowledgeable. If you have more questions about T-checks, where to order your T-checks at, how to properly fill out your T-checks, how to cash them in at the bank, how to make sure to say the right verbiage at your banker or at your bank to the banker, okay? Let me know. Write in the comments below. Type in, yo, thank you for that awesome knowledge. I've been trying to figure out about these T-checks. but I just need more information. Comment below. I'm here to help. And this was Class in Session. If you have more things, more tips that you would like to learn about the freight brokerage that you were not taught in your course or just no one had knowledge about, give me a call. No, not give me a call. Write in the comments below. Soon you guys will be able to call me. Like I said, we just starting up this freight brokerage. It's been phenomenal. It's been up, down, up, down. But in a short period of time, we made a lot of money paying out the customers. And I believe that if you're very knowledgeable about this industry, the more you'll make and the more funner it becomes and the more easier it is to dissect a problem, a situation, and to flip it around and still be able to keep on trucking. That was Class in Session. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Like I say, like, comment, subscribe. If you really enjoy this video, let me know. Once again, T-Checks. Get you a book of T-Checks. Cash it directly to your bank. All the banks do it. Credit unions, regular banks do it. They'll cash these checks. And a lot of times the bankers don't know about T-Checks. But trust me, someone in the managing position knows about T-Checks. And you can actually educate them too, where they'll be more familiar with it. So every time you go to the bank, they know your face. They know your face, your first and last name, and they can work with you a lot better and smoothly, right? So build a relationship with your banker, with your bank, because at the end of the day, the bank was designed to work for you. As long as the bank know who you are, the better it is for you to build your company, not just with whatever you're trying to do, but financially, because the bank was designed to work for you, to help you grow your small business into a major Fortune 500 company. Thank you. Once again, this was the first video of Classes in Session. There'll be plenty more videos. Like I said, if you want to keep watching these videos, go on the playlist. It's going to say Classes in Session. I have all my educational videos in there. I'll be speaking about more other topics, stuff that I learned. And then once again, if you like the real-time brokerage where I'm ripping and running, going this way and that way, cashing checks, go into the playlist that says Life of a Broker, the fabulous life of a broker. Until then, it's Brokers Talk. I'm out.